the 1970 World Cup in the final, Italy versus Brazil. We lost 4-1. I was there, broken, and you came to me and you said to me, I will win the World Cup against Brazil for you, I promise you. Do you remember?
In the world of football, the number 10 has always produced legends. Pelé, Maradona, Zidane, Messi, and the melancholy prince, Roberto Baggio, an Italian legend who refused to bow to fate. In 1984, at just 17 years old, Baggio was already a prodigy. Fiorentina signed him for a staggering fee of 2.07 billion lire, and his future looked incredibly bright. But in the final league match before joining Fiorentina, disaster struck. Baggio suddenly collapsed on the pitch. His meniscus was torn, and his anterior cruciate ligament was severely damaged. Doctors stabilized his knee with 220 metal pins. He asked the doctor when he would be able to return to the pitch. The doctor remained silent. As a footballer, Baggio understood exactly what that silence meant. To him, losing a leg was more painful than losing his life.
If you love me, kill me.
What are you saying, Robbie?
Don't say such things. It's not a joke. Don't even think about it.
Watching his son sink into despair, his father calmly urged him not to lose hope. If he accepted fate like this, then for the rest of his life, Baggio would be nothing more than an ordinary man. Determined not to surrender to destiny, Baggio returned to the training ground and began a long, painful rehabilitation. Lifting his head, squatting, running, his coaches carefully supported him throughout the process. But after 2 seasons had passed, a player dragging a half-working leg was never truly trusted. He became increasingly depressed, lost, and broken, and at one point, he no longer wanted to touch a football at all. Until he met this man, Maurizio, a devoted Buddhist. Maurizio invited Baggio to practice Buddhism, to calm his mind, and to heal a heart that was already on the verge of collapse.
Oh, Baggio, I was looking for you. They're waiting for you in Pescara.
What do you mean, Pescara? I thought the deal was off.
The national team, Robbie, what don't you understand? You've been called up for the friendly game against Norway in Pescara, 19th of October.
As time slowly passed, Buddhism gradually helped him comprehend life, guiding him out of his inner darkness, helping him rediscover himself, and giving him the strength to carry on. He set a goal for himself. To return to the national team, Maurizio could only laugh bitterly, a player about to be abandoned by his club, even likely to be sold off. Where could such confidence come from? But he underestimated this resilient man. With a steadily strengthening mindset, Baggio earned a call-up to the national team, and in 1993 he won the Ballon d'Or. Dragging a leg scarred by countless injuries in just 6 short years, the name Roberto Baggio rose rapidly across the football world. At the 1994 World Cup in the United States, the man with the ponytail stepped onto the pitch. That year, all of Italy gathered in front of their televisions, watching the Azzurri led by Baggio. Unfortunately, the opening match did not go well. In the first group match, Italy lost 0-1 to Ireland. Head coach Arrigo Sacchi emphasized quick ball movement, while Baggio cared more about how to attack, and their philosophies gradually drifted apart. In the second match against Norway, the goalkeeper was sent off for a foul, with Italy reduced to 10 men. For tactical reasons, Coach Sacchi decisively substituted Baggio. This decision stunned all Italian fans. Even Baggio himself stood there in disbelief. In front of hundreds of millions of viewers, he directly cursed Sacchi, calling him insane. Fortunately, Italy advanced to the round of 16 with a hard-fought 1-0 victory. Their first knockout match was against Nigeria. Facing the aggressive Nigerian attack, Italy fell behind 0-1. With only a few minutes remaining, all Italians stood on the edge of despair. At that moment, Baggio awakened. Teammates passed the ball repeatedly in the opponent's penalty area, and it finally reached Baggio's feet. He did not hesitate and struck the ball. It went in. Baggio dragged the game into extra time, igniting hope across Italy. During extra time, Italy was awarded a penalty. In this heart-stopping moment, Baggio composed himself, struck with full force, and the ball hit the back of the net. At that moment, all of Italy erupted in celebration. Baggio had turned the tide, becoming the nation's hero. In the next match, Baggio received the ball, dribbled past the goalkeeper, and fired a shot into the net. Italy grew stronger with each attack, and with this decisive goal, they eliminated Spain, advancing to the quarterfinals. Baggio led Italy with unstoppable momentum. In the semifinals, he scored twice. Italy defeated Bulgaria 2-1 and advanced to the final. But at this critical moment, his leg injury flared up again. The entire stadium held its breath, so close to the championship. Across 3 knockout matches, Italy scored 6 goals, 5 of them by Baggio. This injured man almost single-handedly dragged Italy into the final. Facing the recurrence of his old injury, the coach's doubts, and the relentless desire for victory, Baggio's pressure reached its peak.
Roberto Baggio will shoot our last penalty kick. We still have a faint hope. Ladies and gentlemen, the champion of the 1994 World Cup, is about to be revealed.
The 1994 World Cup final, Italy was set to face Brazil, and millions of fans held their breath. The match was fiercely contested, with both teams battling through regular time and extra time, yet the score remained 0-0. For the first time in World Cup final history, the match went to a penalty shootout. Italy's penalties were repeatedly saved, giving Brazil the lead. At the critical moment, the decisive penalty fell to Baggio. This kick would determine the outcome. Baggio stood 12 yards from the goal, the entire stadium holding its breath, but the ball soared over the crossbar and Italy missed the chance to claim the championship. This hero, who had repeatedly saved Italy in desperate moments, became a sinner in the final second. 6 years passed in the blink of an eye, and the once celebrated man now bore the marks of time on his face. Baggio constantly doubted himself, lost in the frustration within his heart. That missed penalty haunted him endlessly, becoming an obsession he could never let go. He wanted to continue playing in the World Cup, but no team was willing to sign him. However, when news of his comeback was broadcast on television, a newly promoted Serie A team, Brescia, took notice of Baggio, inviting him to be the captain and granting him complete freedom on the field. In the end, Baggio did not disappoint, becoming the team's leader and guiding the squad forward relentlessly.
You want me to say I'll call you for the World Cup? It's in 6 months, Robbie. That's a long way off.
I know, I understand completely. I just want you to take me into consideration when you make your decisions.
Giovanni, you know that this is the last World Cup for Robbie. But if he keeps playing like this, I mean...
Well then, if you're fine, I'll call you. I guarantee you.
However, with 6 months to go, fate played another cruel trick on him. Baggio was injured again, and this time it almost broke him.
Roby, questo è il tuo mondiale. Combatti e fosse anche solo per un minuto torni a giocare. Questo è l'esempio. Questa è l'immagine che dobbiamo lasciare. Baggio in campo, in piedi, a testa alta.
The doctors said he could return to the field in 6 months, but that would mean missing the World Cup. Driven by his incredible willpower, Baggio miraculously recovered in just 77 days. Back on the field, Guardiola personally placed the captain's armband on his arm, and the encouragement from teammates and coaches restored his confidence. He scored 2 goals in 20 minutes, leading his team to victory. Yet the national team coach went back on his word. Baggio was not selected for the World Cup squad in Japan and South Korea. All his efforts seemed in vain. Anger nearly consumed him, but then he remembered those words. The journey itself is what matters most. This low point also gave him a chance for a true conversation with his father. He had fought all this way for a promise he made to his father as a child, to win the World Cup. Yet his father never once praised him, choosing instead to encourage Baggio in his own way.
Avevo promesso che vincevo il mondiale.
Avevi 3 anni, già dormivi. Non l'hai neanche vista Italia-Brasile.
Cioè, non ti ho mai fatto quella promessa? No.
From Baggio, we can perhaps see a shadow of melancholy. Yet it is within this melancholy that he shows true resilience. Even in pain, he seeks perfection. Even in darkness, he keeps moving forward.
Finalmente posso dirtelo.
Cosa mi devi dire? Non so, che non sei mio padre.
Sei stato bravo.